Hey, this is Chris. How you doing? Just wanted to give a little update on the channel. I realize I have not been, well, to say I haven't been very active would be a charitable description, wouldn't it? So, the reason why I just really haven't been going to church, and so, because there's not very many good churches up here where I live in north central Granville County, and so we have decided that we are going to go to a church down in Raleigh. We're going to go a couple times a week, and that has kind of re-inspired me. There's good solid teaching there, and the expository preaching, which that's what I like. And it's not just what I like; it's the right way to go about preaching. You know, you tell what the scripture that you're talking about is about. You talk about what it means, and then everyone comes away with a greater understanding and are edified. And so that's the whole point, I think, right? I mean, that should be the main goal. And so I'm going through the channel, and I'm adding commentary to some of the descriptions to make it a little bit easier to, so if you're not really interested in a certain video, there's no need for you to click on the link and then, sit there for 2 or 3 minutes and find out you've just kind of wasted your time. And so, goodness, is there? I mean, there's no need to waste people's time. And so I'm doing that. I'm creating a new playlist for Torah observancy. And it's not about you should be Torah observant, of course. It's that you shouldn't be. So, and then I'm sure there will be other playlists as time goes by. I'm still going to do the commentary on Romans. It's not strictly going to be a commentary. It's well, somewhat, but like the first video is going to be Paul says he's Paul, an apostle of Jesus Christ, and so I'm going to go into the whole thing about when people become Christians, oftentimes God changes their names, and so Saul became Paul. Or in the Old Testament, if God revealed himself to people like Abraham, his name was changed from Abram to Abraham. That kind of thing, and kind of exploring that subject a little bit. They won't be long videos, but just wanted to give a little update on that. And then the next larger video is going to be from 1 Corinthians 8, talking about the weak and the strong, and eating food that's been sacrificed to idols. Is that okay? And talk about some of the ramifications of that, and how the Corinthian church was somewhat unique in that regard. But we can what can we come to understand about how we're supposed to behave as Christians, and how we're supposed to be careful about what we do in front of especially new Christians, taking care to not lead them astray. Even if we're right, sometimes there are certain issues that are important that we have to hold our ground on, and then there are other issues that aren't important, and we have liberty to do things, but we should not always exercising that liberty is not always the best idea. And so that's kind of a preview of the next 2 videos I'm going to do. So going to get kicked off in Romans, and then do 1 Corinthians. The inspiration for 1 Corinthians, I heard a very good expository message. It was 5 weeks ago, and I still remember what the guy said. So that tells you that it was a good message. I wasn't bored at all. It's very on point. I like just being on point and taking about 30 minutes, because that's about how long people can stand to listen to you before their mind wanders. That's just human nature. So anyway, just I give you that update, and hopefully I'll work through the getting that playlist finished, and then if you have any requests from any passage that you are, I'm not setting myself as some kind of expert, but I have reasons for believing the way I believe, and they're all based on Scripture. And so you might benefit from hearing my viewpoint on it. But I'm certainly not going to set myself up as some perfect example of someone knows everything. Nobody is. All right, well, I hope you have a great rest of the week and a weekend, and we will see you shortly on the next couple videos.